What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Technician Podcast. Today, I've got the brother Alex Glenn with me. How are you, my man?
I'm great, thank you, bro.
And we've got Oakley watching here, his son over there in front of us. It's going to
A
be
little director.
Yeah, man, look at him just chilling.
Hopefully he stays chilled, bro. Let's not jinx it, man.
Was that
He
you
can
as
be
a kid?
terror. What, chilled?
Yeah.
I was pretty chilled, man. To be honest, but he's not always like this, bro. Don't let his looks deceive you.
So maybe halfway through, we'll have him running around
We'll
playing
see.
with the cameras.
We might have to take a couple of takes.
Yeah, cool. So, first off, man, how you been?
I've been great, bro. I've been great, man. I've been very busy. I thought as a footy player, we just never had time to do anything. But now that I've transitioned into the real world, and not the real world, but like a day-to-day job, starting my own business, balancing family life on top, bro, I don't get any free time. Like, my only downtime is when the kids go to bed, and me and the missus will have a chat, catch up, and then literally I'll either go game or we'll put a movie on.
So, having transitioned from a lifestyle where I guess your life sort of gets planned for you, how did you go actually coming to a lifestyle where you're now like, oh shit, I got to plan my own time?
I was actually really good.
Okay.
Really good.
Always been like the professional sort of thing.
Oh, not really. I just think I set myself up right in terms of what I was doing after football.
Yep.
The transition was made easier, and then also, I started my own business, which is Legacy Through Movement, in a gym environment. So I kind of had implemented things that I was going to jump into. So for me, I guess I've got 3 kids as well. So you've kind of already got your routine down pat. It was just filling in the blanks, man. And that's what I did with the Broncos and Legacy. So I know, previous players have really struggled in terms of that, because as a footy player, we get told where to be, what to wear, what to eat. Pretty much your whole year is planned out. Before I started to transition to retirement, I asked all those players like Sammy and Koza and Hojo, what were some of the hardest things that you faced when retiring? And I just learned from that and implemented my structures, bro, so that my transition was smooth.
So knowing that was one of the things that they struggled with, was there anything else you picked up that they sort of said that you didn't expect? You were like, whoa, shit, okay, I'm going to be ready for that.
Nah, the biggest one was just being around the boys 24/7. We're in an environment where banter's like huge, and the boys said that you definitely miss that every single day, being around each other, being around your best mates. Because literally, when you're in a footy environment, you're around your teammates more than you are your actual family, bro. So they become your adoptive family, and being around them every day, they missed it. So that's why I started my gym. I opened my gym to create a new team environment where I can be around my mates, where I can be around like-minded people. We can have banter. We can grow physically and mentally. And, that's the purpose behind why I started what I did.
I have to agree. I remember I was saying to you before, like, who we used to play for at school and stuff, and I remember Rob saying clear as day, he's like, boys, make the most of this time because you'll always miss it.
For sure.
If you don't give it everything.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Because it's like those times where, like, we're going to class, but it's to play football with the boys or talk shit in the gym or, and that is such a big aspect. And knowing how life is now outside of the football field too, having those group of boys or men to support you, I think that's why so many people probably struggle, right?
Oh, for sure, man.
And have you had a lot of the boys that you would have known that have finished now, now that they don't have like what you've got, have you found that they struggle a little bit by themselves?
I think not so much struggle, but it's been a bit of a shock to the system for them. Just recently, Andrew McCulloch retired last year, and he's been lucky enough to go into a role at the Broncos where he's in game development. So it's good because he's surrounded by people like myself who were ex-teammates, also Jack Reed and Matt Gillette. So I think for him, it's been good because he's surrounded by his mates at work. So that definitely helps, bro. But yeah, man, I like going off what you said. I look back on the years that I had and some of the teammates that I had, and we took it for granted, bro. we really took it for granted, man. Like Benji Marshall come to our club and he goes, man, you don't realize the bond that you have amongst each other and how good your team actually is outside of footy. He goes, it's pretty rare. Because he went to Super League, he went to the Auckland Blues, he was at West Tigers for many years, and he went to the Dragons as well, and he was just like, I've never seen anything like this. And because I'm a one club man, I didn't know anything else. So like I've only been at the Broncos. And after I retired, and I thought about it, I was like, yeah, we really did take it for granted.
It's so hard not to, though, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like you get told these things, you're like, yeah, sweet, sweet. And then it's like retrospect or even hindsight, everyone's a genius at it, right?
Yeah.
You look back, but it's so cool that you took that as like, okay, I can create my own space anyway.
Yeah.
Because you've been around it for so long. Because how many years were
13
you playing?
years, man, and professional, 14 years total. Yeah.
And I asked you that question of like how your body is, and you said it's like, it's all good, right?
It's sweet.
Yeah, right.
It's sweet. I think for me, man, like, I wasn't pushed out of the game. So I wasn't forced into retirement through injuries, or the lack of skill. You know, I retired on my own terms. And one thing that I promised myself when I was coming through was that, I would never be that player that goes 1 year too late.
Yeah.
You know? I'd rather finish too early or when the time's right. Because I don't know, I just didn't want to be that person that was just getting slammed in the media for, you know, he should have retired last year and all that stuff. And then also too, when I retired, I think mentally I was done. I was tapped out. If we go back a couple of years, this is when the pandemic hit the whole world, and us, like everyone, struggled. But, you know, us as footy players, we were pretty much on house arrest for 2 years. And if you're single or you don't have kids, it's all good. You can game, you can do whatever you want. But for me as a dad, you know, proud father of 3 who's very hands-on, I was restricted to taking my kids to school, coaching my son's footy team, taking them to their sports things. Couldn't even go to the park, bro, and take my kids to play down the park, let alone get takeaway coffee. So like, as small as those things sound, it was huge for me. And it really broke me down mentally. And after 2 years of not being able to do that for my kids and missing out on so much time with them, I just, you know, I put them first, man. I achieved everything I wanted to achieve in the game, apart from a premiership, which the Cowboys robbed from us. I
wasn't going to ask anything.
But like literally, I looked on my career and I was like, you know what? I'm blessed to do what I did for so many years. I got to travel the world. I got to represent my country. I got to captain, you know, the Cook Islands, playing World Cups with the likes of Sonny Bill and some of the best, man. And, you know, when I put that into terms of what I've achieved in my career, like, you know, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be 4th cap Broncos ever in history. Like, that's something I never set out to do. And yeah, man, I got to retire on my own terms. I got to retire as a club captain, and I got to fulfill my dream. So now it's for me to give back to my kids in the next generation.
Right. Just take that in, guys, for anyone listening to that, because to me, you got to have something special in you to be able to achieve something like that. Personally, from looking at from the outside in, I know you're not a big fan of being gassed up, but I always do it, bro. I'm like, because I was someone like that too. If anyone was backing me, I still have issues these days where I've got a partner. What's up, dude? I've got a partner that's like super like G's me up all the time. Asks like, how was work? How was everything?
Yep.
And I almost wasn't used to it. Yep. I was like, why is someone backing me 100%?
Yeah.
And it was like this insecurity of like, oh, I don't know how to deal with this because it's not normal.
Yep.
Purely because I couldn't do it for myself.
Yep.
So is this something?
That's cool.
Do you find that during that time you were struggling and stuff, or any time you have struggled, have you had to lean on others to help you get through, or were you able to lean on yourself?
Nah, I leaned on others, bro. Big time. There was a period in my life. It was actually my first year as captain. It was by far the hardest year of my life. Not because I was captain, but you know, the fact that I missed predominantly the whole season through injuries. I was just riddled, bro. And anyone that, you know, truly followed my career, they would have seen the most games that I would have missed a season would have been 3 max. You know, I was pretty consistent in terms of taking care of my body, being out on the field, doing my job, and that's what I pride myself on. And so the first year that I was named captain, you know, our main trial leading into the season, I tore my hamstring, which was a grade 2, so I missed round 1, which was at Suncorp to lead the boys out, and I was devastated, bro. Yep. But that's the way of life. And then I come back, I played 1 game. And in that game, one of the boys, his boot sliced my calf open.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, bro, sliced my calf open. So I thought nothing of it. I just thought it was a tag. Kept playing, and as we were playing, I realized, man, I was losing strength in my leg, and I looked down, and that's when I could see my muscle hanging out. And I grabbed my trainer, and I was like, bro, I'm gone here. I was like, I don't know what you can do. I was like, I need you to tape it up so it doesn't get infected. There's a minute left. I'll finish the half time and I'll see the doc. And he goes, no, you got to come now. And I was like, no, I'm staying. So I got him to tape it up, managed to get through the rest of the half, and then went and seen the doc, and he had a look at it, and he goes, mate, you're going straight to hospital now. And I didn't realize the seriousness in it.
Got infected, hey?
Oh, he said there's a high chance of it getting infected with the turf that we're on. Yeah. And all the fertilizer and that. He goes, if that gets infected, like, you're going to have ongoing issues for the rest of your life. So, yeah, bro, it was literally I had to jump in the shower, leave the stadium, went to private hospital, went straight into surgery, and like they thoroughly cleaned it out so that there was no dirt, nothing left in, and then they stitched it up, and then I was out for 6 weeks just because of that. Reason being, for 2 weeks, I wasn't allowed to train at all because of sweat. If sweat got into the scar again, I would have had to go back, get it cleaned out, set back. So I was out for 6 weeks, and then I come back from that, played the Doggies, and then I got crusher tackled, tore my medial. So again, another 6 weeks, and it was just like that, just compound, bro. And it weighed on my mental state bad. And then to deal with the ongoing issues on the field, like I was going through personal dramas as well with my mum, family history, and us Pacific Islanders, man, we always respect our parents and stuff, and there was some bad fallout in terms of some hateful things mum was saying towards me, and it really took a really I guess what's the word? It took a heavy effect on myself.
Like a toll on you.
A big toll.
Because is your mum the Cook Island side?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And mum raised us. She raised me, my brother and sister. And the things that I look like still to this day, I haven't spoken to mum in 3 years, and it's pretty crazy. But the way that I looked at it, was I had to cut her out of my life in terms of take care of my own mental state and take care of my family. And it's a hard thing to do, but I had to do it. And yeah, bro, it's one of those things, like I moved on. And when you ask that question, that I have to lead on people, absolutely. Like I lent on, my fiance Gemma heavily because she sees everything. And then also my best mate Jordan Kahu, he was a person that I called and relied on big time.
I could tell he's that type of dude, man. When we did the podcast here last time, like he's just got this like real calming energy to him, and clearly you guys are tight, right? So if you've got someone that you can just, bro, I'm feeling like this, get it off my chest. Like I'm sure that helped you in that little bit just for him to listen, right?
Oh, for sure, bro. I think the biggest thing was like for them too. I kind of started losing who I was. I started believing what was getting said about me. And they reassured that I wasn't, that's not who I am, and that opened my eyes, to, my friendship and my networks, my close circle, because bro, I could have easily fallen off the wagon, man. And it's crazy, bro. Like there come a point, there was a game in that year. I come back and we were playing the Warriors, man. And I don't know if you've seen this, but literally it was a game we should have won. We were coming last. Warriors were second last.
Oh yeah,
And
I do remember this.
we should have won that game, and we were pretty much winning. And the Warriors ended up scoring with a couple minutes to go, and it broke me.
It just takes that one last thing, hey?
100%, man. It broke me, and because this was my second game back, I think, and I was like, I'm going to get our boys. We're going to turn our season around. This is going to be the starting point. And they ended up winning, and the full-time whistle went, and out of nowhere, bro, I just started bawling out on national TV, just crying, and I couldn't control it, bro. I didn't know where it come from, and I got slammed by the media saying it was crocodile tears, looking for sympathy and all this stuff. And being the captain, we're coming last. I was looking for everyone's sympathy, and that kind of hurt. But at the same time, they got to voice their own opinions. But no one knew what was going on in my life.
Did anyone even ask?
My mates. Yeah. My mates did. Yeah. So Geordie was there, and then it was lucky that Adam Blair and Cody Nikarima, who also are two of my best mates, they were in the opposition team. And they came over and embraced me and gave me a huge hug. And, bro, it was a moment that, really opened my eyes to talk about my problems. I'm an ambassador for living, and their motto is it ain't weak to speak, right? And here I was giving everyone else tips and helping them in their personal journeys, and trying to be that motivation or that mentor for other people and my teammates. When that moment in time, I realized I wasn't actually listening to my own advice. I wasn't actually taking in my own mental well-being.
Which I can make sense of, considering what else you had to do in life. Did you have kids at the time as well?
Yeah, bro.
So you had kids, you had a missus,
yep,
friends to look after, you had a whole team to look after, you had responsibilities galore. So it's easy to lose yourself.
For sure, man. For sure. And yeah, bro, it just really opened my eyes to that self-care. Self-care is number one care. In order to take care of anyone else, you got to look after yourself first. And I thought I was doing everything right. And then there comes a moment in time where everything just unleashes, bro. And it did for me.
I'm glad you did. And it didn't matter where you were.
Nah, and you know what? I tell that story proudly because I'm not embarrassed for what happened. And every time I've shared that story, everyone was like, whoa, I never knew what was going on in your life. And I think the message behind that and the lesson in that area in my life was that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to go through your dramas. It's okay to let some steam off and have a cry if you need to cry. I think for us as athletes, we get put on this pedestal that we play the toughest game and that we can never express weakness. And for me, although it happened on national TV, I see it as shining a light on that it ain't weak to speak, and that we too are just human, just like everyone else. We can be the strongest men in the world. We can provide for our family, but we're just as human as everyone else. And then we do have feelings, we do have emotional attachment to a lot of things, and we can share a bit of weakness. But when we surround ourselves with good people that allow us to do that, I think that's a beautiful thing in life.
Man, first of all, thank you for sharing that.
That's all good.
Second of all, I hear you, because I've gone on this journey to do what I do now, and it's almost like when we go against the grain, and the more you shine, the more shadows you cast. So I've had people, bro, like friends. I've lost friends. I've had people talk out and be like, "Oh, you're full of shit. This, and this," and it's like you start to gain this knowledge of what really goes on when you just try to do better for yourself, or like you, man, you're just trying to raise a family. Play this game you love, do your thing, and yet you're still getting shit on by people you don't even know. So I can't even imagine. Is that something that you guys talk about a lot to support each other through some of the stuff you get put on you?
Big time.
There's always conversations. Oh, how's this dude? Saying this, and this.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. Like when you're living in, professional sport, your life in the media, everything you do in life, you're critiqued and judged about. So when you come across, journalists that write a story or blasting some of our players and all that, you want to check in with your players first and foremost, because I know firsthand, bro, 70 to 80% of the stories are all fake.
Yep.
They're just going off what he say, she say, and they'll publicize it to get the story out there, to be the first person, regardless if it's true or not. And then if it's false, they come back and they just say, I'm sorry. They don't write a story about it, you know what I mean? And I think for me, being out of the scene now, being out of the professional arena, that's the biggest fresh air, because now I don't have to deal with that crap, bro. I don't have to deal with it, man. And I'll tell you right now, they'll be your best friend, but they'll be the first one to shoot you down whenever they get the chance, because they're trying to make a living as well. And it's sad, bro. It's sad. I had this conversation with the NRL. Well-being officer, Paul Hepp, and because I went publicly and, I commented on one of the NRL's posts around mental health, and I said, this is a hoax. Like, you're just literally doing this to tick the box and say that you're providing mental health, but in all aspects, like, you don't support any of us players. You never have. You say that you do, but you don't. You know what I mean? And the NRL reached out and said, are you okay? Like, do we need to have a chat? And I was like, I'd love to. I'm sweet, but the way that you treat our players isn't that okay? So I had to sit down with Paul Hepp, man, and it was actually a great chat because he understood where I was coming from. And I basically said, like, instead of the NRL slamming our players when they stuff up, they should be there to protect us. Yeah. We all make mistakes, right? And we're just human, like I was saying before, and sometimes our players can stuff up, and yet there should be some consequences. But the way that we get put through the media and we get kicked through the rug, like, it's crap. It's crap.
And to even add to that, having been in the system at a young age and knowing what it's like, football is life, bro.
100.
We don't even get to grow up at some point. I know a lot of dudes that come through, they don't even understand, like, how to actually act, because they believe that their life is this.
Yeah.
They don't know all these other things, and that's not their fault.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of the time is literally not their fault. And I'm not sitting here saying, they're allowed to do this, this, and this. Of course not. Like, we're all adults, right? But knowing what I do with coaching and everything, people are people because of other people. Yeah. Right? So we get raised by parents that believe a certain way. Maybe they're raised such and such to believe a certain thing. That's all he knows. So he's doing the fucking best he can with the knowledge he has. 100%. And that's what people never take into account. Like all these couch coaches and stuff that rip into people. It's like, man, you don't even know this kid. Yeah. What if he grew up with no parents? Yeah. And so now he's acting out because that's all he knows. To get love and support, he has to play up and be an arrogant little whatever. Yeah. Because that's the only thing he knows. Yeah. And people just don't take into account. But then there's the other flip side where it's like, they're only saying that because that's all they know. Yeah. So it's like this brutal back
you
and
can
forward,
never win.
Right? Yeah,
you can never win, man.
You can't.
You can never win, bro.
But I'm glad you spoke up, because how was that received by other people? I'm sure other people saw the post and they're like, yeah.
The support that I got from all the players, because obviously I was retired now, so I didn't.
You're allowed to say
I could do whatever I wanted. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to slam the NRL, because they do good things. Yeah. But I just think, from a growth point in our game, we have amazing talents that go out there and do a shitload of fucking community work, like a ton. And we don't do it for accolades. We go out there and we try and impact our community. We try and shine light. We try and help where we can. But you don't see the media posting that. You know what I mean? They'll rather kick you to the curb. And, the comment that really stood out to me was that negative media sells papers. I understand that. It does. Okay? But how do we change that? And I said to Paul Hepp, bro, we need to grab all our journalists and literally let them know that anyone that slams our players, like, you're going to be banned from any future conferences. You know what I mean? And that's how you stand up to these fellas. These guys should be made accountable if they're publishing a story that is false. They should, just like we are. We're made accountable whenever we stuff up. Mm-hmm. And the prime example was, Nelson when he was in Bali. He sticked up for Vunivalu, protecting themselves. And someone, broke a glass and came at him. As if you're going to... We're advised to walk away from a situation.
you'd
As
never
if you're
turn
going to turn your
something
back
like that.
on someone that's got a sharp object.
Yeah.
You know, you will never do that.
No.
And so he took matters into himself. You know, he defended himself and his mate, and he got them out safely. Now he got slammed, and he got slammed with a fine and game suspension. And I said to the NRL, what message are you sending to the public that they can come and target us players, and if we react, we get punished for it? You know what I mean?
Bro, in that scenario, I would be checking on the other dude's mental health to pick a fight with someone that size.
100%.
Why the hell is he trying to fight Nelson, bro, of all people?
100%.
Yes, but I hear what you're saying. It's like these things happen, right? And they just get dealt with the complete wrong way.
Yeah, 100.
But like I've heard Ice talk about it heaps with YKTR and knowing that, you know, the negative media, and he wanted to change all that.
Yeah.
And you see, man, the positive stuff still gets out there.
For sure.
The positive
it
stuff,
does.
like what Scope and Willie were doing, like that's gun, like seeing their, like everyone loves that shit.
Everyone loves it.
So why can't we focus on the positive?
Yeah, 100%. And
I think it's an old story of like, negative sales. It's like, let's switch it up.
But no one wants to take that leap and, you know, try and go against the grain. Yeah, it might take years down the track to realize that, hey, people love more positive stories. But hey, why not start now? You know, they talk about generational change. It takes 6 generations for you to implement change within your generation. Why can't we start that with the media right now? You know what I mean?
You just nailed something on the head, bro. What I'm doing with this, I know why it's taking so long. It's supposed to. I said this to Aiden before. I was like, man, I know what I've got with this. I know the conversations I'm having. They're so different to what other podcasters are doing. The podcasters that are getting 500,000 downloads and stuff like this, right? But they're focusing on the surface level stuff.
Yep.
Like I'm going deep, man, with most of my convos. I still have fun and stuff, but I know that I'm changing the culture with every episode by having a deeper conversation. It's also not what's like flashy, right? Yep. So, but I can make sense of that. It's cool. Yep. Like I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I'm only just starting to sort of scratch the surface.
Yep.
But even just hearing you say that, it's even just backed me up even more. I'm like, okay, I get to do this.
100%.
It's fine. Like I remember how long it took to get to the Broncos, man. Like I played from 5 years old, and then finally at 17, they're like, "Yep, cool, let's go."
Yeah.
So 100%. Knowing that, what Gary Vee says also, it could be episode 999, where it just blows up, and all of a sudden, all that work you've put in, it's there.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. I respect you, Maji.
Yeah, no, thank you
for what you're doing, and what you just said, bro. Nothing in life comes easy. Right, and if it was easy, everyone else will be doing it.
Yeah.
You look at the way social media is and all that. Everyone's just doing things that are trending, so they can get the likes, they can get the the follows and all that. But when you got a deeper purpose about what you do, it will come to light. And when it does, it's gonna blow the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, and it's hitting even harder because yesterday I had a conversation. I surround myself with really good people, like I was saying before, and I've been having these moments lately where I'm like, questioning my self-worth again. It's an old shadow that's playing out. And I was like, fuck, what is this? And I randomly had a friend just message me like, hey, Trav, call me.
Yeah.
Like, this is happening for a reason. Called her. She was like, I feel like you're losing who you are.
True.
And just that statement, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I realized, I was like, oh, this is what's been happening lately. Like I've forgotten like who I actually am, what I like, what I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be something else to try like get the likes and the follows and blow up. And because I see other podcasters, like I said before, have this and this. I'm like, that one statement from a good friend who called me on my shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's reset. Let's remember why you're doing this.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Like show that you're a gamer. Show that you love wrestling. Show that you like basketball. Like you are you for a purpose.
And there's only one you in the world, lad.
Man, and it's crazy, right? So I don't know if you know Watini Wanga.
Yeah, bro. Wow.
So I become really good mates with him recently.
Yeah.
And Wah goes to me. I don't know if he wants anyone telling me this at all anyway. So it's like he sent me a video after the retreat he came to for our Heart-Led Warriors.
Yeah.
Bro, this video fucked me up. I was in tears. He just the way he speaks, it's real calm and intentional. And he's like, bro, I watched you on the weekend. And you're special. Like, you've got something. Like, you're meant to change this, and this. And he goes, I'm just waiting for you to realize it.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, man.
Wow.
So, clearly, it's all, like, as we say, these things, nothing's by coincidence.
No.
You meet people, things happen for a reason.
Yep.
Knowing all this and hearing those words from people like Wah, people like yourself, I'm like, okay, cool, let's go again. The reason I speak about this is I want to segue into your purpose and to why you did what you did up until this point. How the hell did you get into footy and where'd you grow up?
Bro, I grew up in a place called Beach Haven in Auckland. And literally my family, we were rugby league through and through. So, you know, we lived in a country that rugby was huge, but my family always loved rugby league. So ever since I was able to run, man, from 9 months years old, I had a footy in my hand. And I started playing footy from the age of 5 up until 2 years ago, man. And it was in my blood, bro. My uncles all played footy. 2 of my uncles went into the Melbourne Storm back in the years. Did pre-seasons with them. Never actually made it to first grade, but, you know, they were in the systems for a long time. Represented the Cook Islands. So, I think for me, my dream was to pass them and make it to the top. Did I have the belief that I was going to do it? Probably not, because in my family, there was so many more of my cousins that were so much more talented than me. And, you know, my cousin Patrick, he was one of them, bro. He come over from New Zealand, lived with us, and in 2 weeks he had a scholarship for TSS rugby.
Yeah, wow.
Which is huge. Anyone that knows TSS college, bro, like they're a huge rugby private school, and it pays like costs, I think it's like 25 grand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it might be more than that a term. So you're looking at nearly 100 grand a year to go to the school. And he'd been over for 2 weeks. I knew he was a superstar, bro, and I let our rugby coach at school know, and he was a Gold Coast rep coach. And he goes, oh, bring him along to this game. We're playing Japan. And my cousin came and played, and he got a hat trick carved up. And after that, he got a full scholarship to TSS. Now, long story short, bro, he didn't end up going because his mum took him back to Sydney, which we were devastated about. And then he ended up moving back to New Zealand, and he was playing rugby still, ended up having a bad tackle where he whacked his head on the ground and had a blood clot in his brain. Rugby career gone.
What?
Rugby career gone.
How many players do we know of that could have been just like the greatest ever?
Oh, for sure. Bro.
And then there's injuries, family stuff.
100%, man. Like, there's so much talent, you know, out there.
Is he one of the best players you've known that missed out?
Big time.
Yeah,
big time. Like, by far. And I tell him to this day, man. He's like a brother to me, older brother to me. We lived with each other for so long. And yeah, bro. So like for me to reach the top was kind of a thing that I wanted to do for him too. Because out of our family, he was the one that was going to make it.
Damn, that adds more to your purpose in a way.
For sure.
Did something shift in you, like to go to the next level when that all happened?
After high school. So I went through high school, always loved footy, played touch at a high level, went to nationals and that. And then after high school, I sat there. I left high school without any idea what I was going to do.
What school were you at?
Miami High School.
Yeah, right.
On the Goldie.
Yeah, nice.
So I literally left. I was the guy that, like, you know, try to be cool, try and hang out with all my mates, did surfing, play sports, but never had any ambitions in terms of work. So when I left school, all my mates went into a trade. Some took over like their dad's businesses and that, and they were very successful in it. And I looked at myself and I went, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm 17, turning 18. I don't have a job. I live in at mum's house still. And I was just like, what am I doing, bro? And so like a light bulb just went off. I was at schoolies, believe it or not. And my group of mates that I was rooming with in our unit, they were in preseason for the Burleigh Bears. And all of them had to go to training. And they're like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I don't know. What the fuck am I going to do? You know what I mean? I was sitting in an apartment by myself. And so the coach who was picking them all up, he goes, come and train with us. Like, you don't have to do anything. Just come. At least you're not here by yourself. And I went, you know what? Sweet. So I rang my mum. I go, Mum, I'm going to training. She goes, oh, what? Because I had 3 years off from footy then.
Yeah, right.
And she goes, I go, any chance you can drop my footy boots off? I might have a run. She goes, yeah, sweet. And then literally as soon as I had that first training session, I was around the boys, around the banter. I fell in love with footy again. I had a purpose in my life to be around the boys and play footy. And literally that was my light bulb moment. I went, you know what? I got nothing else going for me. I'm living off mum. I'm going to give this a red hot crack. I was playing Colts at the time. And I knew Queensland Cup gets paid, so I went, stuff it, I'm going to give it a crack. So we had this little, a pose session, Colts vs Cup. And the person I was marking up against was Capewell's brother.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So Liam Capewell was a centre then. And Curdy Capewell, that's at Bronx now, I didn't realise it was his brother until like 2 years ago. He goes, "You took my brother's spot." And I was like, "Oh, this was awkward, bro." I was like, "What?" So literally, I seized my moment, bro, when we played in that trial match, and I got a phone call from the Queensland Cup coach, Jimmy Linehan, who's at Titans now, and he goes, "Mate, I want you to come do preseason with us." And then, long story short, ended up playing every game for Cup. I got signed from the Bronx 6 months into Queensland Cup.
At what age?
I was 19.
Yeah, okay.
19. And I've been 6 months in the game. And for me, why everyone says, why did you sign with the Broncos? Because I had multiple contracts from different clubs. And the reason why I chose them was because I'd only just come back to footy. So I wanted to go to a place where I could learn to be the best footy player that I could be.
Yeah.
And when you look at the caliber that the Broncos had, they pretty much had the whole Queensland side and Australian side. Darren Lockyer, Sam Thaiday, Corey Parker, Justin Hodges, Petro Silva, Tony Carroll. Like, the list goes on. And I went, you know what? I may not get my opportunity there, but at least I'm going to learn to be a bloody good football player.
And a good person.
I know
that was one big thing when I was with them, was a big focus on what type of person you are.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but would you have played with my mate Tyson Andrews?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He was in my 20s team.
Yeah, and James Ackerman.
Yeah.
Ackers, so they were my best mates.
Wow.
So I played with them at school. Tyson grew up with from like 14 years old.
We called him a pit bull. He was a shave head, and he went 100 miles an hour.
Proper psycho,
proper. Didn't care about anyone.
Yep.
Loved to fight.
Yep.
And bro, what more do you want from your props, bro?
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
Just the best. So, just a bit of a backstory too with him, which I'm sure you saw. He's just such a sweetheart off the field, right?
Yeah, bro.
Like, best dude, best mate. Will have you back. No, like, he's easily my most loyal friend.
Yo.
Ever. Like, the things he's done for me.
That's wicked.
Fuck, I used to live with him and his family to go to school. Up the coast there, because I was from Woodford, a little country town. And just like him and his mum and his brother's sister, like, they all just looked after me like I was family. And to know, just to be speaking of him right now, I'm so proud.
That's cool.
To know that I know him and he's like my best mate.
That's cool.
So to know that you got to experience it with him too.
Yeah, bro. Like, he's the man. He's the man.
And then he went on. So I honestly believe he could have been at the level of like Jakey, because he was at Manly when Trebojevic was there.
Yeah.
And then his knees just cooked out.
Yeah.
You know, again, another player
person,
that just, just the strength I've seen in him, man, and things he's done. And then players like Ackers, bro, obviously, unfortunately happened there, but some incredible players, man, that just come through that system too.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely, and then
bro.
I could have been with you guys playing in that 20s team if my mental health wasn't so bad as a kid.
Yeah.
Like I was with, as I said before, with the boys like Joshua Maguire, Andrew McCulloch, Ben Hunt, all the boys coming through. I was in the system. And then at 17, this is why I was like making that face you were before, I decided to quit because I couldn't handle the pressure. Yep. So I ended up moving home with my parents.
Yeah.
I'm living at home. Everyone else has got trades, getting jobs, going to uni. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Full identity crisis.
Oh, bro, hell yeah.
Right? Went through so many things to get to the point now, but that's my story, man. So to know your story could have gone a similar way.
Yeah, for sure.
But you had that moment where it's like, nah.
Yeah.
This isn't happening.
And literally, bro, like when I had that moment when I got called into Queensland Cup, I was 90 kilos at best.
What'd you play at, like low hundreds, eh?
Yeah, so I was 102.
Yeah.
102.
Yep.
And I knew I was playing against men, bro. So I was like, man, I got to hit the gym. So I was in the gym every single day.
Yep.
And instead of going out and partying like an 18, 19-year-old would, I was at home getting my sleep, and I was training Saturday, Sunday, trying to get an edge on my opposition, because I knew even though I made Queensland Cup, like this ain't the top. This ain't the top. Like I still got dreams that I want to fulfill. And then, when I signed my 20s contract, bro, the rest was history, man. I had so much confidence in myself that I let no one step in the way of, my future and what I wanted to achieve, bro. And, man, it was a journey that I say to a lot of kids that don't happen like that. But it came down to my 3 values, which was, dedication, hard work, and sacrifice. My parents sacrificed a lot to get me to where I was, so there was no way in hell I was going to let that opportunity go. And then once I got there, I knew hard work was going to keep me in the door. Talent will get you there. Hard work was going to keep you in the team, in the systems.
Man, it just goes to show. I now remember as well. You would have played with my mate Toddy Murphy.
Yeah, bro.
So Murph was saying, his words just came to my head. He's like, man, Lex was one of the most professional players I've ever played with. So clearly you showed up every day and didn't fuck around. Like, you were in the gym, you were on the field during like trials, whatever. It was like 110% every time.
Oh, always, bro. Always. And shout out to Toddy, bro. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Bro, Murph was one of the most talented players I've ever played with.
Bro.
I think what held him back was everyone always judged him on his size, which was shit, because he was still strong as fuck. Like,
100.
He could dominate players, man.
100. And he could shot too, man.
Yeah, right. And just a good dude. And it's just knowing that there must have been so much politics still, even at that level.
Yeah.
Because we go from Q Cup to NRL. Like, you would know that level is just like
for sure,
beyond and above.
For sure.
But your transition seemed to happen pretty smoothly. Yeah. But once you're in the system with those players you were saying before, how was your experience then? Do you feel like you raised up because of who you were around?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So, like, my first preseason around Lockie and Carmichael and that, bro, I still remember going, like, what am I doing here? Like, you know what I mean? I've only been back in the game for 2 years. I shouldn't be rubbing shoulders with these boys. And, like, because they were, like, idols in my eyes. And then here I am, like, just talking shit, man. You know, amongst them, I was like, what the hell's going on? And I remember I caught my first ball off Lockie because I was playing back row then. And I was like, we were just at training, and I like looked at the ball. I was like, Lockie just threw that to me. Like, what the fuck?
You just run off the field, put it in your bag.
You know what I mean? I was just like, bro, this is nuts. But literally, it was, I was watching all our players. And like I said, they were the best of the best. And I was watching how they trained. I was watching how they prepped. And I was just a sponge, soaking everything in. I go, you know what? If that's what it takes to be at the best, I'm going to do it. So I came in hours earlier. I did my preparation. I made sure I was hydrated. I was doing everything to a T, because I knew, even though I'm here in the squad, I don't have a position on the team.
It's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed, bro. There's a lot of players that are in, top 30 and all that, but sometimes a lot of them don't even get to play one game for the club. So again, I seized my moment, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let my family down. I'm not going to let myself down. I'm going to give it all. If I don't succeed, then I don't succeed. But literally, I was just a person that loved to be there for the team and do whatever the team needed. So I was doing extras after training. I was doing extras for different positions in case I needed to be that utility player. And sure enough, my debut game, I was the utility off the bench. So I could cover anywhere. And that was my moment, bro. And, Ivan Henjak was the coach, and, he goes, I may need you to play hooker. I may need you to play center. But I'll need you on the bench. I go, bro, whatever you need, I'm here. I'll do it. And everyone mocked me. They're like, oh, you're just sucking up to the coach. I'm like, I don't give a crap, man. You know what I mean? I want to play first grade. And if I've got 14 on my back or if I got 6 on my back, I don't care. As long as I'm in the team. And that was my dedication, bro. I just dedicated myself to doing it. And doing it every single day, bro. And I took pride in what I did. And to be honest, that's why I had a long career, I think.
100%.
Because I took care of my body. My nutrition wasn't the best, but I made sure every other box I was ticking. Yeah. Polly's, we love our fast food, bro. And KFC.
Is it
all
KFC
that,
or Mac? Is it
both?
Yeah,
both. But if I had to choose one, KFC.
KFC all day.
KFC, bro.
Yeah.
But I made sure, I was making sure I was ticking off all the boxes so that when I went into preparation in the game, there was no doubt in my mind I was able to do my job. Should I have been there that early? Probably not. But I made sure when I was out there on the field, I never let my teammates left and right on me down. I just gave it all, bro. Even though I knew I was stuffed, I just kept turning up, bro. And it was the best feeling in the world, man. Best feeling in the world. And now that's something that I implement in my life every single day.
I was just about to say, I bet you map that across directly into just everyday living now.
For sure.
You just show up.
For sure. That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. I'm not perfect, bro. I'm far from perfect. We all have our days, but, you know, I try and show up for my family. I try and show up for my kids, and try and show up for, you know, my work colleagues at the Broncos and also my gym. Because at the end of the day, you know, you can only control what you can control. And that's just being there for everyone else, being there for your job and handling your role and your I guess, your aspect in life of what you need to do.
100%. And if you could take some of is there any moment during your time with the Broncos that sticks out where you're like, yeah, that's what I'll never forget?
I think, bro, this was a tip that Lockie gave me on my first game that I captained the club. Again, I was way too young. I was 22, bro. And it was my third year in the game, and Lockie and all that were in Origin, and I rang him the night before the game because I was shitting bullets, bro. Like, I was freaking. We were playing Canberra Raiders at Suncorp Stadium, and I was a captain at 22. I was like, what do I do, bro? I was living with Jordan Kahu at the time, and I was like, bro, I don't know. I'm like, I've never been this nervous before. And so I picked up the phone, and I rang Lockie. I go, sorry to ring you in Origin camp, bro, but I don't know how I'm meant to lead these boys tomorrow. And these words have been with me for the rest of my life, bro. He said, Lex, you don't need to give this miraculous pump-up speech. You don't need to, you know, go around to every player and tell them what their job is. All you need to do in order to lead the boys is lead through your actions. And he said that, and I literally sat there in it for like 5-10 seconds, and I knew straight away what I had to do. Because, like I was just saying before, everything that I did in my weekly prep and my day-to-day, I nailed. And there was a reason why I was in the position that I am. And so all I had to do was go out there and do my job and lead for the boys through the way that I played the game. And the boys will follow. And sure enough, that's what happened, bro. And now I try and implement that in my everyday life. You know, lead through your actions, because everyone can talk. Everyone can have the gift of the gab and say the right things and jot down on a piece of paper what they think their boss wants to hear. But your actions will always speak louder than your words.
Damn, that's cool. And that's some really powerful advice coming from someone like that. You know, you listen when Lockie speaks, right? So,
in my opinion, everyone's got their goats. He was the goat in my eyes.
Which is almost the perfect segue to go into the team we talked about before. I was saying to Alex before this is that a lot of people are asking me to ask him who's his favorite, like who's his team, ultimate Broncos team of all time. And I actually had one written down here, and he's actually agreed with 98% of the team. Mm-hmm. But we just changed Lockie to 5'8" instead of Kevin Walters, and we put Carmichael at number 1.
Yeah.
So it was like Carmichael at 1, Takiri at 2, Renouf at 3, Hodges at 4, Big Wendell at 5, Lockie, Alfie, Webke and Petra at front row. Kerrod Walters still at hooker? Or do we have him on the bench?
Kerrod Walters is still there.
Yeah. Brad Thorne and Tallis at second row. Tony Carroll, Corey Parker, Alex Glenn, Sam Thaiday, and I think it might have been Kevy on the bench. Yeah, cool. Which I'm sure anyone hearing that, you're going to pretty much agree. There might be one or two players in there that you can switch up. But
bro, you look at that class, man. You got Wendell and Lottie. Like, if you see them in real life, they are huge, bro. and then you got them as wingers doing your tough carries, like Gunn. Then you got Steve Renouf, who in my eyes, he was one of my role models I looked up to, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
100.
the Pearl. And you got Hodjo, who, you know, was one of the best centers in the game. Carmichael, by far, one of my best fullbacks I ever played with. Yep. You know, Billy Slater and no, don't touch.
It's all good.
You know, the reason why I say Carmichael was one of the best was he pretty much created or implemented the block play. You know, like he ran that block play to a T, and he had all the options off him where he could hit short, he could hit long, he could hit the gap himself, or the way that he put a grubber behind the line was just next level, bro.
Yeah.
He implemented that into the game in terms of fullbacks. And then the way that he positioned himself on the try line, like, you may not see it, but when I was on the field, he was physically grabbing you and like throwing you and demanding you to get here, because that's where he needed.
Because he saw it, hey?
He saw it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And bro, he was just the GOAT in my eyes.
That's
and
cool.
That's why I put him at fullback, bro. Like the way that he structured our defense, the way that he structured our attack, he was just elite, bro. Elite.
I wonder, I would assume also that what comes into it with, especially yourself, I'm guessing he was a really good dude too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, like looked after you, just like
100%.
showed up, like we were saying before, always showed up. And I'm assuming he trained pretty well too, because he was always a beast.
He was one of the hardest trainers. Yeah. It's funny because I don't mean to expose him, but I'm going to, bro. Him and Izzy Folau were the two of the most unfittest blokes in our team.
Yep.
So, you know, you do conditioning, you do MASs and long sprints and that. All right, so they were at the back. And I was like, man, these guys are the best of the best. How are they at the back? But then when we came into game scenarios and we played offside touch, these guys were miles above anyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just had this elite edge in terms of competitiveness. They just didn't want to lose. And so they would run everywhere and anywhere to get the win. And I was just like, bro, that's nuts.
I like that. And that probably makes sense more to how I played my game. One of the boys, I remember, I was playing in Mackay when I was like 20, I think. One of the boys, Tice, he gave me the nickname Tarzan because I trained like Jane and play like Tarzan.
Yeah, right.
So I was shit in the gym, bro. So unfit. Like if we're doing like, you know, the 1.5 trials and that sort of thing, or any Broncos and stuff, I was always last.
Yeah.
Get me on the field, though, I'll play 80 minutes. So it was like this different sort of mindset, I guess, that would kick in. So it must be that competitive nature.
The competitive nature, the adrenaline. Like, bro, I think it's that fear of letting your teammates down, to be honest.
Yep.
That's what drove a lot of us. You know, I always, my biggest fear was walking in the sheds after a game knowing I didn't do my job. And that's why I trained the way I did. That's why I played the way I did.
Yep.
And people come up to me and they go, man, you're one of the most consistent Broncos ever. And I didn't do that for those accolades, bro. I just did that so I didn't let my teammates down, bro. That was it. Purely it.
That's cool. And I mean, you would have achieved everything you wanted to while you were there, right? Like, do you ever look back and think, oh, I wish I had done this or done this? But I'm assuming you played for your country, you played, you know, everything you could. So I'm assuming you're pretty happy with what you achieved.
Oh, for sure, bro. The only regret was, you know, not making that tackle on Michael Morgan in 2:15 and they scored the try on the hooter. Oh, bro, you know what I mean?
Do people bring that up sometimes? They're like, boy, you remember this?
Yeah, for sure. And literally, I had one of our Chiefs boys, Jacko G Freak. He sent me the clip this morning. He seen it on TikTok of that whole moment because we did a podcast as well and we talked about that moment, bro. And you know, I actually watched it this morning and I sat in that moment, bro, and I watched myself and I was like, you know what, I could have gone that little bit harder to get him, bro. And you know, we all could have. Who knows?
I was gonna say, like,
you know what I mean?
It's like you can always think, like we were saying before, hindsight. Everyone's like, oh, I could have done this, could have this.
Yeah.
Maybe it was supposed to happen how it happened.
Bro, 100%.
I know you probably don't want to hear that.
100%. Nah, legit, man. Like, I look back on it, bro, and I still hate them for it. But at the same time, my best mate, Antonio Winterstein, was a winger for them. And he lost his brother to suicide that year, the start of the year. So I flew up to Townsville, and I was there with him, and I seen how much it broke him, bro. You know, and for them to go and win the GF for his brother, I sit peacefully with that. You know what I mean? I sit peacefully. Even though me and Antonio will catch up, and I'm like, that should have been my ring. We'll have our banter. We always will.
Yeah.
But I'm at peace with it because I know he went through all that hardship with his brother. And I know he did that for his brother. So I sit at peace with it.
Damn, that's cool. And it's like, why hold on to grief either? Like, as in, like, oh, this, I wish this, like,
100%.
Holding on to that anger, that frustration. It's like,
it's
no
gonna
point,
do you
right?
no purpose in your life moving forward, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this you look back on it and you go, oh, I could have done that, but is it worth holding yourself back from it? Nah, move on, bro. Take that lesson, take that learning curve, move on and implement it into the future. Which
now, like, going into your future and now what you're doing after footy.
Yep.
Have you always been a gamer?
Always.
Yeah, same.
Always. From a real young age, bro.
Yeah.
Like the amount of hours I spent on Nintendo 64, you know, Zelda.
Yeah.
You you know, looking back at those Sonic the Hedgehog, bro, I play Street Fighter big time. So I used to take my 20 cents up to the fish and chip store, sit there and just battle it out from a young age, bro. And yeah, I was always a gamer, man.
What do you think it was for you? Do you think it was an escape or was it just something you enjoyed?
Something I enjoyed, bro.
Yeah.
I just really enjoyed it.
Yep.
And then later on in my life, like becoming a professional athlete, it became an escape for me. Because that was somewhere where I could just be myself. I don't have to worry about it being in the paper the next day. And I could just be present, bro, in the moment.
Damn, that's big because I know a lot of the boys are gamers. Like a mate of mine, Michael Cheekham, I met him down in Manly. She loved gaming, bro. Like that's him and Tyus would be just doing that nonstop. And I remember another mate met down there was Starling, Joshy Starling.
Yeah.
And we would, because I know you do this as well, we'd get on online GTA.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. And it was the funniest times.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Like you'd just be on a mountainside just trying to snipe some random dudes and just talking shit. And it was that escape. And you were in, like you said, in this safe space where no one's judging. You're just having fun.
For sure, bro.
And your actions can't be like, oh, why would you do this? Why would you say that?
100%.
Damn.
100%. And that's why I still do it today. You know, Mrs. probably says I do it too much. But like literally, I put so much into my day in terms of my work, the high school kids, my gym, my kids, the family. Like, I need that escape to give back to myself. You know what I mean? To just unwind and relax. And other people relax differently. You know, some people like to sit and binge, you know, Netflix and chill. And for me, it's gaming, bro. I just love to game, man. And yeah, bro, for me, it's never gonna go. Like I don't care how old I get. You know, people might say when I turn 40, you need to give it up. I'm not because that's my safe space. That's where I like to unwind. And for me now, that's my competitive edge now. I play Warzone competitively.
Are you with Chiefs?
I'm with Chiefs.
Yeah, sick.
I'm with Chiefs, bro. So you know, I got a pretty bougie setup now, and I've never been a PC gamer. So, you know, since I joined Chiefs, they got me a setup that's just crazy.
I saw it actually. Was that a YouTube video?
Yeah, bro.
Where you rock up?
Yeah,
it's like a 10K setup.
10K setup, bro.
Ooh.
It's crazy, man. And like I still jam controller on Warzone.
Yep.
Like I can't function on keyboard and mouse.
Neither.
It's so hard, bro. But yeah, I love it, man. And I jump on Warzone and we frag out with the boys, and then I'll jump into GTA RP and you know, we'll just kick it and hang, you know, with the crew in there, bro. And it's in a way, it's a social network, bro. It's a way to catch up with your mates that you don't see. Like I got mates in New Zealand that, you know, we're either in GTA RP or we're on Warzone, and we're catching up, touching base while we're fragging out, man. And that's cool.
Is that Rare Breed?
Rare Breed.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Familiar.
Yes, sir.
Are you Papi Chulo?
That's me. That's me, brother. So I'm one of the head honchos of Rare Breed.
Yeah.
So that's our family in the city, and we just go around. We're a family crew, and we got our own clothing in there. And
that's sick.
Yeah, bro. Like we cruise around, and you know, SRT like Jeep Cherokees, bro. Like you get, for people that don't know GTA RP, it's like real life in a way. You got every car that's out here in the real world. You got to get a job, like, you know.
You can be cops and stuff,
You can be cops, you can be civs, you can be, you know, ambulance, EMSs, and it's all about role play. So, like, you got to be a character. So, me, Papi Chulo, like, I don't talk about Alex Glenn, Brisbane Broncos player. They only know me as Papi Chulo. You know, a lot of them know me for who I am, but we don't talk about that in city because it's out of character.
That'd be kind of nice because you can disconnect from that, man. Because I can't imagine what it's like to be in the spotlight for so many years and scrutinized for everything you do. So for you to just escape into this world where it's like you're literally a different person.
For sure.
That's cool.
And I love it, man, because like that, I can escape, bro.
Yeah.
And like I find myself talking to the boys about it and what we've done and what we did last night and all that stuff. And like heaps of people go, bro, you're a nerd. And I'm like, see it as it is, bro. I don't care.
I like that.
But I enjoy it.
I like when you put a post up where it was like, I'm going to be posting more of this because it's just who I am.
Yeah, bro.
I don't care like who's going to say whatever. Did you cop any shit from anyone that, like, obviously you're going to cop shit, right? I've always copped shit for being a dork with this stuff. But I used to care. Yeah. And then I was like, why?
Bro, 100%.
That's what I enjoy. But was there some people who were like, whoa, like,
Oh yeah, there's always people. There was a few people that were sort of laughing and cracking up. They're like, bro, you're dad of 3 kids and all that stuff, and I'm like, honestly, I don't even care.
Nah.
Literally, I've got pretty thick skin, man. The only time that I'll really get affected if it was someone that's like really close to me, you know?
Yeah.
That mentions something. That's where I'll take it on board and I'll be like, you know what? All right, maybe they're saying this to help me.
I can't
You know
see
what I
that
mean?
happening with you though, because like you're such a good dude from what I've seen and heard, and I can't imagine too many people talk shit. But then I guess I feel like I'm a pretty good dude, and I've had plenty of shit talked about me.
Yeah.
So it's always going to happen, right?
It happens, bro.
Yeah.
It happens, man. And at the end of the day, we're not perfect, but we just try and be the best version of ourselves and lead through our actions. And that's all you can do, man. If it makes you happy, then do it. You know what I mean? Don't do it for anyone else's satisfaction or purpose. Like, and that's why I try and say to these kids when I go out and mentor them in high school, it's got nothing to do with footy, what we do. So we teach these kids around, resilience, well-being, leadership, respect and relationships, and cultural identity. Because these kids, they're not going to know what they want to do or what they want to achieve if they don't know who they are first and foremost. You know, and we do a lot of kids things with the Indigenous and the Pacifica kids now, and that's why I love doing what I'm doing, because, like I said to you before, I left high school without knowing what I wanted to do, because I didn't know who I was. So I want to pass that knowledge onto these kids so that from year 7, year 8, they can start implementing habits and structures where come year 12, mate, they are off.
Yeah.
They leave high school. They've already got steps implemented on what they want to do, whether it's go to uni or whether it's chasing a footy dream or whatever it is. They've already implemented steps so that when they leave high school, man, the wings are spread and they're able to fly.
That'd be fulfilling as. Like, how did you get into that?
Good.
That's with Beyond Broncos, yeah?
Yep. So when I signed my last 2 years contract, I put a clause in there that I'll get a job for 5 years at the club. And, the club were like, oh, that's a no-brainer. Like, we're going to hire you regardless. And so that I did that so that it could help me transition outside of footy. Because, again, when I asked the players, what was the hardest thing? They said finding a job or transitioning into something that I had purpose. And so I put that in my contract. And then the club gave me free reins to dive into whatever aspect I wanted to. And I said that, like, I didn't want to go down the footy path. I did that my whole career. I want to go into the youth. I want to go into the community and give back to the next generation so that we can implement change, bro. You look at high school kids, their mentors are their peers, right? And whether their peers are bad influences or not, if we can try and embed it, some good habitats and some good lifestyle changes and some tools to help them around resilience and well-being and all that stuff, then man, we're going to implement their whole life when they leave high school. And so that's why I jumped in this area, and it's so fulfilling. Don't get me wrong, it's tough as well, because in a way you're kind of like a psychologist as well. Literally. But I love it. I love what I do. And that's why jumps into my business purpose. Like, that's why I started my gym, to give back to my community. Because for me personally, I know training really helped me with my mental self, and it released a lot of endorphins that made me feel good. So I hate going to public gyms. I hate it, bro. World gyms, EMFs, I hate it because there's so much ego in there. You go in there and you train and everyone's looking. No one's trying to empower you to grow. No one's giving you any tips. And I was like, stuff this. I'm going to do my own gym the way that I want to do it. So I didn't want to go into any franchises because I don't need someone to tell me how to train. No way. I don't need someone to teach me how to be a good person and give back to my community. So I started my own. And my business partner, Jeremiah, we've known each other for over 15 years. And this guy, his spiritual level and what he does for his people, he's been in the industry for over a decade. And our values align like a T.
That's cool.
And I spoke to him and I said, if there was someone that should own his own gym, it should be you. And I pretty much had a conversation with him, said that I want to do one. And I think me and you will be an amazing fit for each other. And he goes, let's do it. And so literally we sat down, implemented a little structure on what we're going to do. And we had no idea about business, nothing. But what helped us, bro, is we had amazing mentors that were CEOs of big companies in Australia. Amazing accountant that, you know, did a lot of amazing things in his profession as well. And we had a lawyer as well. That was the best of the best.
Perfect.
So we surrounded those three people around us to help us get it started. And they're still our mentors to this day. And to see Legacy Through Movement, you know, become exactly what we wanted it to be in 8 months, like it's a dream come true. 8 months, bro.
Damn.
8 months.
That's when you know something's supposed to happen. You know,
for sure. And literally, I got this message from our staff. Like, we got our group chat, and we got a mums group at 9:15. So the mums drop the kids off to school. They come. They get their time, self-care time. And one of the mums said to, you know, our trainers that were coaching yesterday, she said to her, "Thank you so much. I want you to let all the staff know, thank you so much for creating a space where there is no anxiety." She used to have massive anxiety at other gyms. Where she come here, she felt validated. She felt a part of a team. She felt like she could be herself and just, you know, train in a warm, welcoming environment. You know what I mean? And we got that message this morning. It gave me goosebumps. Just
I can see it, yeah. That's
because that was our purpose when me and Jerry sat down and we said, what's our gym going to be? That was it. To create a space where we eliminate ego, where we eliminate anxiety and intimidation when you come into a gym. We want this to be a safe space where people of all walks of life, you can be advanced lifters, you can be, you know, beginners lifters. We want everyone to feel comfortable and to grow. And like, bro,
congrats.
Thank
That's
you,
sick.
G.
I love that
Thank
stuff.
you, bro.
You got to celebrate that because it's not common.
No way.
Like you said, I was actually studying my Cert 4 for like a couple of years, and I got into coaching, so I was like, I don't need that shit anymore. But during that period, as I was in the gyms and studying, getting to know it, I was like, man, this is toxic.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's literally like kids 17, 16 doing steroids now just to want to look like these influencers that are out there. And, you know, a lot of women, I coach a lot of women, and they're so intimidated just to go into a gym. So that just there got me emotional because I was like, the women I've wanted to help, knowing how good foundational health is.
Yeah.
But they're just too scared to go in there.
For sure.
Fuck, that's huge. Well done.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. And, you know, I got to give credit to my missus, bro, because she was one of them. You know, massive anxiety attacks. Never been into a gym. Never been into a gym before. So her gym etiquette, and she just sent her off the rails. So, you know, I wanted to create that safe space to help people like my missus Jim. And I know if she's going through it, there's other mums that are also going through it, and other people, you know. So, yeah, it's you know, I guess for us, how we did it was leading through our actions, you know. So when people came in, we embraced them, right? We gave them a hug. We welcome them. And then when we do our classes too, we make sure that people go around and introduce themselves to two people they've never met.
That's cool.
Because that breaks that barrier down. For anyone that's an introvert, you're now taking them out of their comfort zone and they have to go and do it. It's not a sit down where you got to name 3 facts about them.
Yeah.
Just go
Tell
say
us
hello.
Deepest secrets, please.
Bro, hard out. Hard out. It's literally go shake their hands, say hello.
Yep.
That might break the barrier for the next workout they come. Now they can be like, hey, you know what I mean?
It's so important, man, like touching on that when we do our retreats or any sort of workshops and stuff, because we're working with men mainly.
Yep.
And men don't like to share, right?
Yeah.
First thing we get everyone to do, what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Right.
That's hard. So when you say something like that, everyone, you just forget what they even said.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, okay, cool. I like this guy because he was open and he was honest.
Yeah.
And you get to see that it doesn't matter. No one cares like what you do right now. If you have to scream or like during the breath, or if you have to cry, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all
No
good.
judgment.
Yeah. So that's what you're doing on a similar level, is creating this safe space where they don't mind if they don't know what they're doing, because they know that person that's over on that squat rack.
Yeah.
They
100%.
know the owners, right? Like
100%.
So that's cool.
And like for us, this is our philosophy, is to empower others to be the best version of themselves. So if they come in here to work, like do a workout and that, we let them know, hey, the hardest part is out. You've done it. You've walked there. You wake up early in the morning. You're in the store. Now the easy part starts. We're going to have a little bit of fun. If you don't want to do this exercise, sweet. Don't do it because you've already won the day. So, like, we'll take them through the training. You know, we'll take them through an exercise. And then it's the feeling that they get when they've done and they can, sorry, I put down.
You're right, bro.
That feeling that they can, a sense of accomplishment. They're leaving our door. Everyone's like, thanks for that session. Everyone's going at high fives, hugs and that. And they're walking out the door with that sense of purpose. Like, you know what? I won the morning. Now I can go and attack the day. Nothing can stop me from what I'm going to do in the day. And like, bro, it's the best feeling in the world. As a business owner, like, that's the best feeling. You cannot put money or price on that feeling that you see, the fulfillment that our people get, bro. And I love it. I love it, man. It
I can
makes
see
me so
it in
happy,
your body
bro.
when you talk about it, man. That's cool. So it's like knowing the passion translates through into business and the culture you've created. Clearly, also, you've probably mapped a little bit of the culture you experienced during your football time.
For sure.
Too.
For sure.
Like that can be brought into so many places. And
Oh, yeah.
shout out to Legacy Movement.
Legacy through movement.
Whereabouts is it?
So we're based in Miami, down on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, cool. Is it close to Jordan's S30?
Bro, it's like 5 minutes up the road.
Of course it is.
Up the road. Yeah. So literally, we're on 54 Paradise Ave in Miami, and yeah, come on down. You know, we got a $4 a week trial. Reason why we do it so cheap is because we want people to come and get a feel of what our community is about.
Yeah, cool.
And once people feel it, like, they don't leave, bro. That's
Literally.
not in an arrogant way. It's just it's not about what they do in the gym. It's about the people who they're around. And we spoke about this earlier on. Surrounding yourself with good people, man, makes a hell of a lot difference in your life, bro.
Yeah.
And so that's what we do. We try and surround people with good people in our gym that can empower others to grow and be the best version of themselves. And we don't want to just be coaching. We want our members and our people to coach others too.
Yeah.
It's a snowball effect,
That's
bro.
where the power is.
Yeah, bro, 100%, man.
The collective power of just like, I was talking to Wari about it, where group coaching programs for him is where the power's at, because it's like, yes, he's helping, but he's not taking away their breakthroughs because they're doing it within their own community. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
So now that you've got everything going on, bro, do you still keep in contact with a lot of the boys you played with?
All the time. Yeah, all the time, bro. So, you know, me, Geordie, Adam Blair, and Cody Nakarima, we keep in touch closely, like a lot. But then also the players still at the Broncos and that, you know, they come through the gym sometimes as well. And,
nice.
You know, just let some steam off, just chill. And, you know, I think for me, I want to stay surrounded by those players so that I can be that support person for them outside of the circle. You know what I mean? Like, when you're inside the circle, it's easy to get caught up in a lot of things that's happening at the club or else, you know, in the footy environment. So, like, to have someone outside the circle to just chat to, and you might need someone to listen, bro. Like, I like to be that guy for the boys.
I like that.
I've seen a lot in my life. I've done a lot in my life. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life as well. And it's, for me, it's just, you know, trying to be that mentor for the players and pass on my knowledge to them.
How do you think they're going to go this year?
I reckon they're going to go good, G.
Decent team.
Bro, we got a good team. We got a good team. And, you know, having some strike force come back, and Reece Walsh and Jesse Arthurs is going to help our strike as well. But I think our forwards, man, they're all now under, you know, played over 50 games. So once you play under 50 games, you understand how the game's meant to be played, how to win games. Because as a young kid, bro, you don't know what to do. You just hit the ball up. Whereas our forwards have a lot of experience now. And I thought they did really well last year. You know, the last 6 weeks was disappointing, but, you know, I think our boys have learnt from that. Our coaches have learnt from that, and I think it's going to be a good year, bro.
Grand final winners?
Grand final winners? Oh, for us? Bro, hell yeah. I'll always back our boys all the way.
Of course, yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
If I'm to look at who's going to be in the final with them, man, it's hard to say, but I reckon Sharkies are going to be up there, eh?
Nico's killing it.
Nico's going really well, and then Craig Fitzgibbon, their coach, bro, his style of coaching, man, is just, like, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So I reckon they're our two that's going to be in the final.
Would you say he's one of the best coaches in the game right now?
Hard to say because I've never been under him.
Yeah.
I've never been under Bellamy. But I rate him highly, bro, because, Melbourne is always in the finals. You know, they're always up there in the top 4. They got to be there for a reason, bro. It's not just luck. You know what I mean? So I'm interested to see how they go. You know, they lost a lot of strike power, bro.
Yeah.
You know, three key starters for their 4-pack at the Dolphins. Hectic Cheese gone to the Roosters. So
how did he go in his trial game? I didn't get to see it.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, right.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man, because there's been a fair few shifts going around.
A lot of shifts, bro.
Doggies, powerful team, man, big team. So
Tigers as well. They've recruited well, bro.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, I'm very excited about the season ahead and how teams are going to go, bro.
Yeah, it's it. Are you involved in any way with any of the like media or anything like that? Like,
Nah.
do you ever do any like commentating and stuff like that?
Nah, bro.
You wouldn't do that?
Nah. There's too much politics in it, bro.
True, yeah.
Too much politics, man. Like I seen it firsthand with Sonny Bill. You know, he couldn't be himself on TV. I'm like, nah, that's not for me.
Yep.
If I'm getting told how to be, you know, a certain person, I don't want a bar of it. No way.
Bro, that Sonny Bill would be ultimate if I could get him on this podcast one day.
Yeah.
Because get this right, this is embarrassing, but I'll say it anyway. My email when I was younger was sunnybillboy@hotmail.com. Fuck, when he first came into the league, I was like, yeah, I'm like Sonny Bill. Because I had the baby face and everything too.
Yeah.
Like, real, like, you'd come on the field, I had red cheeks and shit.
Yeah.
And I'll just whack dudes left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm like Sonny Bill, but that dude's on a whole other level.
Oh, cuz he's the biggest professional I've ever come across, bro.
Yeah.
In terms of life and sports balance, bro, that guy's the GOAT. The GOAT.
So you're surrounded like people like this, right?
Yeah,
so
for
it's
sure.
like, it's so cool to know that also you hold yourself there as well, because what a lot of people can do is like we said before, you end up pedestaling people.
Yeah.
You actually end up putting yourself in a pit, because it's like you look at this guy so high, then you actually then unconsciously are putting yourself down here. When I know you hold yourself highly regarded, which is sick. Like, it's really cool to see that, because I could only see how you could be in a space like that.
Yeah.
And I know one of the words the boys have used before is like, when you're in that space, you get what is it, satellites?
Yeah,
so like to hang around the stars.
Yeah.
Do you get many people like that over your career that they've tried to come in and like be mates with you because they're like, oh, I want to be around the stars?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. All the time, man.
Yep.
All the time.
So you'd find it hard to trust?
A little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit. The thing is, man, you can pick up on a person's characteristics and who they are within the first 5 minutes.
100%.
Easily. Within the first 5 minutes. So you can understand these people that come into your life, whether they're there for a purpose or they're there just to you know, jump off your status and who you are. You know? So you can wean that out pretty quickly. And yeah, I guess I've become very good at reading those types of people.
Yep.
So, you know, I won't surround myself with those people. I'll be that nice guy, but you're not someone that I'm going to pick the phone up and go, let's go get a coffee.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I like that. And you have to, especially in the space
you have
you're
to,
in.
bro.
Yep.
You have to, man. Because at the end of the day, you'll come across fans, and fans are amazing. I've always got time for fans. Talk about your career, because at the end of the day, man, like they supported your career. They gave so much time and money to come and support you at games and that. You know what I mean? So I always have time for fans. But it's the ones that just like constantly hitting you up in the DMs, like, hey, can you support my business? You know what I mean? To try and get growth out of your leverage, out of your who you are, your status and that.
Rather than as a human being.
As a human being, just trying to be a good person.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's big.
Yeah.
So, dude, we've nailed this. We're already like an hour 20 into this. I'll do the topics with the tech now. So basically, this is a new segment I brought in where I know people like to just hear like questions and then an answer. So it's like a fast, fire through sort of vibe. If you could go back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be and why?
If I could give myself
back in time and give yourself younger self one piece of advice, what would it be and why?
Not to worry about what others think of you. I think that'd be my biggest one.
That was a big thing for you younger?
Big time. Yeah. Especially at school, man. Like I failed English and all that. Reason being, I chose not to do speeches. I was petrified, bro. And the reason why I didn't do it is because that fear of judgment or what my mates might think of me when I get up there, I start stuttering, I forget, my presentation and all that. So instead of actually going out there and trying to grow as a person, I just eliminated myself from the whole equation. and just try to stay in my cool person, character.
Damn, that's big. And then you were getting to a point where you were playing, where you were giving speeches to like big crowds and stuff, right?
Yeah, bro.
How did you end up getting to that point? Just build confidence?
Practice. Yeah, like you hear everyone say it all the time. Practice what you preach, bro. And the more practice you do it, the better you're going to get. And literally, I got thrown in, because I was a captain in the 20s, I got thrown in front of a media camera. Bro, the worst interview I've ever done. The worst. Like, I can't even watch it, man. It was terrible. But
is it still online, is it?
I hope not. I haven't been able to find it, bro. But, yeah. That's how I overcome my fears, man.
Just do them.
Just do it.
Yeah, I like that. How has your cultural background influenced your perspective on life and your career choices?
Yeah, I think it's been a huge impact on my life. My culture. So I come from a Cook Islander background, and family is everything. And my family was my purpose. My family was my push to why I got to where I am. And then also, they embedded the humility in me and the gratitude values, being grateful for what we have. Because I come from nothing. I come from nothing. We were there was 4 families living in my grandparents' house. And there was about 16, I think it was. All of us living in a small 4-bedroom house. We lived in a rough neighborhood, but that didn't dictate our career pathways. I didn't look at it as a weakness. I just seen it as, this is going to give me strength so that, I can raise my kids in a better environment and a better neighborhood. And I use that as fuel, man. And still to this day, I'll always be humble. I'll always be grateful for what I have and what I didn't have. And I'll always have a lot of respect for people. Respect people the way that you want to be treated, bro.
Yeah, I love your energy, because we actually had a Cook Islander boy at the retreat that we just went on.
Wicked.
He actually played like real high level sevens rugby. Sean Fletcher.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he's got a gym down the Goldie too.
Wicked.
So, but bro, just that cultural background. Obviously, the ice. Like I don't know the dude, but I've seen him and just see that way he holds himself. Obviously, it's that similar sort of feel about it, and that's why I gravitated towards you, because I was like, man, I feel like I've met him before. Because you remind me of my good mate Ray Brown.
Yeah, right.
And Ray's one of our facilitators. You'll meet him at some point, I guarantee. Yeah, cool. He owns F45 on the Gold Coast.
Oh, wicked.
Labrador and Surface.
Oh, wicked.
Bro, powerful Māori man. Like,
awesome.
Wow. So,
yeah, right.
Thank you for that answer. That was great.
Good.
If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a great question, man.
Because I could guarantee you've got some people you look up to. Like, you're a big NFL fan, hey?
Massive, bro.
Yeah.
Massive. Giants, yeah. I'm Giants through and through, bro. Through and through. Are you Ravens supporter? Baltimore?
Maybe. I was so Ravens all day until my best mate, Christian Palu, came into my life, and he's like, nah, man, Texans.
True.
So I got into the Texans, and then we're shithouse these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ravens, OG Ravens.
Yeah. Ray Lewis, bro, the GOAT. GOAT. But
Ed Reed, just like,
yeah. But nah, yeah, I've been a Giants supporter big time. For over 10 years.
Yeah.
Longer than that. Yeah, since 2008. And we went through some hard times, bro. Up until this year, like we fought back and we made finals finally. But if I was someone I could swap lives with, bro, it would probably be OBJ. Reason I say that is, one, I'm a huge supporter of him, and two, he's gone through a lot of shit in his life too. Even to now, like not being drafted, or not being on a roster. He's gone through a lot of criticism. He went through the highs and the lows. So to sit down with and be in his life and be present and I guess soak in his journey, bro, I love that shit.
Do you think you get to meet him one day?
I'd love to, bro. The closest I ever came to him, me and Geordie Kahu were at a Drake concert in London, and he was like about 50 meters away, bro, in the VIP section.
How's those Drake concerts hit different?
That was the first concert of his that we went to, and still to this day, we both say it was the best concert.
Yeah, I'll say the same. I was at his Toronto one 3 years ago when Migos were there.
Yeah. Wicked.
Wow, that was like... And then he brought out Travis Scott.
Wicked,
I literally cried. I was like, what is happening?
Bro, Travis Scott's concerts, bro, like he talk about energy. That's energy, bro.
So energy, I feel it when someone comes in the room the most energy I've felt recently, Denzel Curry came in for Joey Badass.
Right.
So this is at Fortitude Valley. Mrs. and I love rap. So we're up the top balcony and we're like, and I go, I reckon he's going to bring Denzel tonight because he's here in Australia. And then that song comes on. I'm like, fuck, same thing, just like tearing up. Like, because I'm all about experiences, man.
Hell yeah.
So that's why I asked that question because like for me, like I would love to meet Gary Vee one day.
Yeah.
He's helped me so much, bro. Like when I was in my hole when I was 26, when I fucked my knee after my fiance left me and stuff.
Yeah. Sorry to hear, lad.
Oh man, it happened for a reason because like that was my rock bottom. So that I was like, okay, do I go this way or this way? So this way I started a clothing brand, got entrepreneurial, started learning about stuff and just watched Gary every day.
Yeah.
Then I discovered Ice. And I started watching because he was like an Aussie Gary Vee for me, bro. So I was like, I got to implement more of the Aussie style because of the way Ice was doing it.
Yeah.
And like, I'd love to get Ice back on. I've had him on the potty, but I full panicked, hey. Like I ruined the audio and stuff. Yeah. So I still remember that, but I'll get him on someday. But it's like, just not pedestaling these people, but just being in the presence of them to get some words of wisdom and advice, the energy exchange, like that's what I'm all about. Legit. So,
if there was one more person, bro, it would be Kobe. Kobe, rest in peace.
I kid you not, I was just watching him yesterday.
Bro, that fella, G.
Did you cry when you found out?
I didn't cry, but I was pretty heartbroken. Like pretty heartbroken. Like I wasn't a Lakers fan, but I was a big fan of him. And I think it really kicked into fruition when you seen everyone posting their podcasts and interviews they had with him and the knowledge that he was passing, bro, and the lifestyle and the things that he implemented in his life. It was just like, this guy was unbelievable. There was no one on his level, bro.
I think I felt it energetically hurt so much because I knew that he was here to change the world. And to lose someone like that, like people
and
can
his
say,
daughter too, bro. Like to go out with his daughter, like fuck.
Yeah, man. But again, like these things happen, right?
Yeah.
So but it's good to like, some of the quotes that I've heard him say that have stuck with me. The big one was when he said, "Everyone keeps looking at the top of the mountain when you need to just look at the first step," and that still resonates with me today because it's everything I've done with this.
For sure,
I started with nothing, man. Like I just quit Rebel Sport one day and was like, I need to go all in on this. Yep. And I was hustling some weeks, just selling shit on Facebook Marketplace to get by. Because I needed time. I needed time to say like today, bro, like, okay, Lex is only available 10 o'clock on a Thursday. I have time now.
Yeah.
Back then I didn't, but I had to create it.
Yeah.
So it was so important for me to grow to be able to say, I need to cater to my guests. Yeah. So it's been a struggle, but I mean, you hear people like that say those sort of things. And they ingrain in your brain. You're like, fuck, let's go. Let's show up. So
100. And that makes you appreciate the journey, right?
Well, I'm so grateful for the journey. I still have my ups and downs with it, but I know the lives I'm impacting with this in itself, the coaching I do, the retreats we run now. Yeah. So it's been 2 years, bro. Like we created Heart-Led Warriors in October last year.
Good on you,
We've already had 2 retreats. So I know that's going to be huge.
Yep.
We've got our first workshop coming to the Goldie in... What is it? 2 months now.
Worker, let me know when. If I can make it, I'll come.
You know what's crazy? Dane asked me to ask you something. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Would you like to be a guest speaker at the first workshop?
Love to.
Let's do it.
Love to.
Gun, guys, official. Yep. Alex Glenn is our first guest speaker for the Heart-Led Warriors workshop, and it's at F45 Labrador.
Sweet.
Yeah, so you get to meet Ray, like I was saying before.
Perfect.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Nah, like I said, man, for me, it's about, adding value to other people's lives.
Yeah.
If I can share some wisdom or share something, the journeys through my life, bro, someone might resonate with it.
Yeah, that's
If it helps one person, I know my job's done.
Someone you'll really like to meet, and I know you'll meet him now that we've talked about this. I've become mates with James O'Connor.
Yep.
Jock's like unbelievably spiritual, bro. Like the conversations we've had have been incredible. He was going to do one as well, but time-wise, like he's busy as, like he's still playing, obviously, and flying all over the place.
Yeah.
But people like yourself and him and like Geordie, like I'm now seeing that I'm meeting these people for a reason.
Yeah. Because
I could have asked anyone NRL-wise to be like, hey, do you want to come on a podcast? something about your name though and who you are.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you came into my reality,
Yeah.
I start hearing from people, oh, bro, like this, and this.
Yeah.
So
Thank
again,
you,
it all
brother.
lines up, right?
Thank
It's
you,
cool.
bro. I appreciate that, cuz.
It's cool. So last couple of questions. How do you think advancements in technology will change the way we live our lives in the next 10 years? Sorry, 20 years.
Bro, I think it's the way that it's going already, man. Like, technology is already making change in our world.
Look at AI.
Mate, we got AI, bro, and I'm like blown away by it.
Mm.
Like, where was that when I was at high school, bro? I could have an essay done in 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
Get this right. My partner's a teacher, and they are literally having to build a whole new software for ChatGPT.
Have to, bro.
Because they can just type in anything and it comes out.
Bro, like literally, mate, you could type in AI, build me a diet plan going off 25,000 calories or 2,500 calories. Boom, it will come up breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then it'll be like, all right, can you put that into a shopping list? Boom, shopping list, straight to Coles, Woolies, whatever. Bro, it's nuts, and that's done in a minute. Like, it is crazy. So yeah, I look at technology already, man. It's in 20 years, it actually scares me to see where we're gonna be at, bro. You got Tesla cars that can drive itself. Yeah. No joke. Like, there was a video that went viral, bro, of a lady asleep on the motorway and her Tesla's just cruising. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to think the technology that's out in this world right now scares me that what it's going to be in 20 years.
I wonder how it'll help with recovery with athletes and stuff, and how big and strong athletes will actually get.
For sure.
Because I'm sure you can see the transition in the power and speed that they've got now.
For sure, bro.
It's next level.
Man, I seen it firsthand, bro. 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds coming into first preseason camp. Bro, squatting 200 kilos, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I wasn't even lifting 100 kilos on the bench press at that age. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, it just blows my mind at the growth of our kids and our youth these days. And that's why I want to monetize it and help them grow even more.
Go with it, right?
Yeah, bro.
Don't just this is
I don't want to cap these kids, man, and just be like, nah, you shouldn't be at this level. Like, I want to try and be there to help them grow even further.
I love that. Last one. What is something you've learned about yourself since finishing football that you didn't know before?
That's a great question, bro.
Because I'm sure you've been tested, man. Like, this is a whole new world for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think, bro, I want to take my time with this one because that's a great question and a question that I've never actually asked myself. What's something I learned?
Be interesting to see what the unconscious brings up for you.
Yeah, bro. One of them definitely is the work that my missus puts into the kids. Like, having to do school lunches and all that stuff, like take them to school pickups and all that. I love it, but I really underestimated how much work it actually is, and how much, and this is for all the mums out there, how much it mentally drains you. You get to it, like if I'm I have no work and I'll have a day where I'll just do washing, I'll do, I'm my housewife. Bro, I get to bed and I am exhausted. Cooked. You know what I mean? It made me appreciate that. But I think also too, was just my awareness around patience. I realized that when I was at footy, I was always constantly working, training and all that, that I didn't really have acknowledgement around my patience and my awareness around it. Whereas now I pick up on it I've got 3 testing kids, bro. I can pick up when I'm at a short fuse and I need to like go and chill for a bit and wind myself down to a point where I'm like, all right, sweet, I can go back down to it and handle what we're handling. I think that's been the biggest, bro. Learning curve for me is just my patience awareness around my whole life, bro.
It's huge, man.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, I think the biggest my biggest challenge outside of being a football player has been juggling work and life balance. and then starting up a business into that, that has by far been the hardest struggle for me. Trying to manage everything, because at times I was putting all my time and emphasis into my business. And then when you do that, you got to sacrifice other things. So I was sacrificing my time with my family, okay? Or in periods of my life, like I was traveling away with the Beyond the Broncos a lot. So my business took some sacrifice from that. So trying to find that constant balance and keeping up with 3 different calendars and trying to sync it in one has been, I still haven't managed to comprehend it all, but that's been my biggest challenge by far.
Damn.
By far. And I'll continue to work as like anyone in the world. We'll always keep learning and trying to work towards these things, but yeah, I'm still trying to learn and comprehend all that stuff, bro. It's a hard juggle, bro.
I'd have to resonate with that. It's tough, man. And some days you sit there in the computer chair in the office and you just sit there thinking, fuck, where do I even start today?
Bro, legit. And sometimes I'll sit there and I'm just like, I'll punch out some work and I'm just like, fuck, I am like, I don't even know where I'm going to finish today. I got this to do, and I'll get so overwhelmed that I'll just be like, escape mechanism, war zone.
Yeah.
You know, just zone out for an hour. And then I'm like, yo, sweet, I was with the boys, talking banner, sweet, I can refocus again. Let's get back to the checklist.
I like that, and it's intentional. Some people always say, oh, gaming's so bad, and this is like, well, let's make it so I'd set the same thing during the day, because I'm constantly doing stuff and I want to spend time with my missus when she gets home from work. It's like intentional time off is actually really cool. And say you work I'm up like 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I'm really creative in the morning.
Yeah.
Get stuff done by 9, 10. Maybe I'll finish my day by like 11, 11:30, 12. I'm going to go game for 2 hours or go to the beach, do the gym stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back for the afternoon, spend some time, and then a little bit of work at night.
Yeah.
That's what
Plan
works
the
for
next
me.
day. Yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
So I like that, and you catered it to yourself. You've got 3 kids, man. I can't even imagine. Like a missus as well, mates, business, like looking after people. So props to you for, taking on that responsibility too.
Oh, because people say, how do you do it? And I just say, you just do what you got to do,
You just
bro.
do
You
it,
just do it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you don't worry about how hard it is. You don't worry about, the excuses and that. You just get it done, man. Like, you have to. You have to do it.
Can I give you something though?
Yeah.
Can you find time during the week to at least pat yourself on the back?
I'll try. Yeah.
Just be like, sit down for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and just be like, man, I'm proud of myself for doing this, and this week. Celebrate yourself. That's what we do for all of our men.
Yeah.
It's like one of the coolest activities we do during the retreat. It's called Pride Rock.
Yeah.
And I randomly came up with it on one of the days. I was like, all right, boys, write down everything you're proud of in this book, and you're going to speak it out in front of everyone, and they're all going to celebrate you.
Wow.
Because we don't celebrate ourselves.
No, we don't.
We get so overwhelmed, like, what have I done? I need to do more.
Yep.
How about you celebrate yourself today and say,
That's cool.
you showed up today at this potty with a young kid, Oakley, the man. How old?
2.
2-year-old, right? And you've been able to do a podcast for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, you did that.
Thank you, bro.
So you celebrate that. It could be a small win, could be a big win. But I find anyone listening, if you just celebrate yourself more often, it reduces the overwhelm. You don't get as stressed, and you actually build your self-confidence up. So
what a
put
tip,
that on you.
bro.
There you go.
What a tip, G. I've never heard that one before, man. And yeah, man, while you're saying that just really hit home, bro. Really hit home.
You're realizing what you achieve, hey?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I never give myself credit. Like, I don't look for it. Just do what I got to do, you know what I mean? And that really puts things into perspective, you know?
You watch, if you really think about what you've achieved in the last year or so in the way home in the car, I guarantee you'll break down in tears. Because something in you deeper,
yeah,
it was like, fuck, finally you're celebrating us.
Yeah.
You're finally giving yourself permission to speak and feel what you've actually achieved. Not just like look at it and be like, oh, I got more to do. Because that comes from football player mindset too. Because it's like some players grew up having coaches or dads that were like, you have a sick game. And they're like,
Still hard on you.
You missed that tackle, mate.
Yeah.
Dad, I scored 5 tries. Like, you can be better.
Yeah. Just focusing on the negative. Things that you didn't achieve, you know.
Yeah, so we can be programmed to do that, and society too. You know, like you could have a sick game, I'm sure there's fans that are like, oh, Alex only ran for 250
Yeah,
meters.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, 100%.
So consciously you're aware of it, but it's the unconscious that gets programmed.
Yeah.
And I tell everyone, man, it's like, I've used this analogy so many times, but it hits every time. Your conscious is the little ant that's heading north.
Yeah.
Trying to achieve all these things and trying to say, oh, I'm doing this, this, and this.
Yeah.
But you're walking on the back of an elephant that's heading south.
Right.
That's your unconscious.
Right.
So it's been programmed to believe all this, even though you want to believe this. So it's just keeping that in mind. It's like,
that's cool.
Yeah. So
that is cool.
Talk to it more often, and that's journaling's big, man. Meditation, journaling, all the stuff no men like to do.
Yeah.
That's what's changed my life and the men that I work with too.
Yeah.
So,
bro, one thing from me, like how, because I'm not a journaler.
Yeah.
So my meditation, for me, I can't sit in peace, bro. My meditation is like, I put music on, and like I work out. Like that's my meditation. That's my place where I think about a lot. But I've never been one for journaling. I don't know. I don't know. It's not. I don't know how to do it. I've just never been able to do it. Eh?
What if you did like a audio or something on your phone?
And then what do I talk about? Just a day.
You watch.
Whatever.
You watch. You'll start talking, and things that you've never thought of will start coming out.
Right.
Literally. So this is a big thing.
Is this something you sit with yourself and do it?
Yep. So many men wish death upon me.
So, I'm literally about to say the same thing.
So a lot of men will disconnect from their emotions and their heart, so they'll get in their head. So they're always overthinking.
Yeah.
Because if they've had traumas and stuff in their life, to avoid that, they disconnect.
Right.
So to feel things, to feel everything, that's when you're connected to unconscious. So this is when you start to connect to things you haven't solved, which I know this is a personal thing, but there could be some stuff around your mum.
Yeah.
So holding on to that resentment or the disconnect there's something in your heart that's still struggling with that. And you don't know, you're trying to figure out one day where you're like, why do I feel so shit today?
Yeah.
It's because that may have it bubbled up a little bit because you heard a song or smelt a smell or someone said a word it goes, your unconscious goes, whoa, I remember that when mum said that. I just got goosebumps saying that.
Yeah.
So, and I've only just had a realization myself recently with some stuff that's come up. Yeah. And it's all unconscious. It's the shadows. So you got the bright side of the coin, you got the shadow side of the coin.
Right.
And what the society sees and what you see every day is the bright side.
Yep.
But there's little things in behind there, like what I talked about, where when there's something unsafe, he goes to sleep. Because that's what his child version of him used to do.
Yep.
So it plays out today. Yeah. So little things like that, man. I can't even imagine some of the things that you've had to go through during your career.
Yep.
So I could only imagine there's some stuff still sitting there.
Yeah.
And I only talk about this to you in front of people so that any men listening, for someone like Alex, there could still be stuff there that you can sort out just by doing like little things like that. Yeah. So it could help out a bit.
Yeah, it's wicked, bro. And I asked that question because literally I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, not many people do.
You put it that way. Hey, yeah,
it's okay.
Go get it then. Go get it. Go get it. Okay. Yeah,
I'll finish up with Dad now.
That's right. We're nearly done. Go get it.
He's done so well, man.
Bro,
you
actually surprised me. You actually surprised me.
Well, that's probably our sign.
Go get it.
Where can anyone find you online? It's Alex Glenn, obviously, at Instagram. But Legacy Through Movement was there. Yeah,
so Alex Glenn on Instagram, and then our Instagram page is Legacy Through Movement, all one word. And then obviously on Twitch as well, I stream a bit. So sick. Alex Glenn _.
Yep.
And that's about it, bro.
Easy, brother. Thank you so much for today. This was Gun. I appreciate it so much.
Absolute pleasure, brother.
And thank you for listening, guys. Another episode done. We'll let Oakley get out of here.
Hey, Oakley signing us off.
Let's go.